Welcome back to Grand Slam Sports, our semester finale. A little bit of a festive version. Got reindeer ears on. You got little Grinch pants on, and
I have a red shirt. I have a red shirt, so it counts. Let's count it.
My name's Jay Sodge. Alongside me,
Charles Foster,
Samuel Gailey.
get right into the NFL, the Bengals and the Cowboys on Monday Night Football. Well, it wasn't the greatest of games. Well, there, as we head into that, yeah, that was bound to happen. I was looking for antlers about a half hour before the show. I finally found some.
Yeah, it took him a while to find those antlers, but he did finally find them. Absolutely.
Monday Night Football, the Bengals and the Cowboys. The Bengals get the win to stay alive in playoff contention. Guys, thoughts on this game?
Yes, like you said, stay alive, but on life support, I'd say more or less. I mean, in order for the Bengals to actually make the playoffs, they need to have literally everything go right. I mean, they looked a lot better. I think the offense looked good, but it's also against the Cowboys. It's not necessarily a good win.
Stop sugarcoating it, Charles. They barely beat a Cowboys without Dak Prescott. I know you could argue that Cooper Rush is better than Dak Prescott, but what is their defense doing? Like, genuinely, their goal, the Bengals' goal, I feel like all season, was to outscore the other opponent. That's it. They don't care how many points you give up. Just outscore their opponent. And they got a couple turnovers. They got a turnover, right? That's cool. But, dude, it was just a fist fight. I feel like every single game the Bengals play is just a fist fight till the end.
I mean, and their defense is just allowing way too many points. Obviously, the offense could overcome it because the offense of the Bengals is one of the best in the NFL. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, one of the best in the NFL. But that defense is really killing them this season.
Oh, yeah. Jamar Chase, in my opinion, has kind of put himself as the number one receiver in the league. I think he is genuinely the number one receiver in the league. And the rest of the team is just not nearly as good. I mean, Joe Burrow's playing good, and Jamar Chase is playing good, but the rest is just not so much, and I feel like that's really been the issue so far for the Bengals, is just that defense is just not well.
Looking at Thursday Night Football, just finished up, the 49ers and the Rams, 12-6. Really, guys, what are we doing on Thursday Night Football?
No, it's called
a snooze fest, as Charles is doing over there. Insane. But the Rams
parlays,
get
dude,
the win. The 49ers are probably out of playoff contention. The Rams stay alive. Guys, thoughts on the snooze fest? Anything?
It was a game. It was a game that
first.
occurred on a date, and that's about it. Very boring game. Devondre Campbell, of course, been the biggest story of him not playing. Don't really know exactly why yet. But honestly, you know your game is bad whenever you're the only game to play that night, and the only thing that people are talking about is someone not playing and not the people that did play. Just not a good game. Not fun.
Dude, the first half looked like Mother Nature decided for us not to have a game. We shouldn't even played the first half, in all honesty. Like, I feel like rain always impacts games, but what we saw in the first half was lack of creativity from both sides on the offensive ball. You move the sticks once, it's a 3 and out. It was a punt fest. It was a parlay killer. Shout out FanDuel Sportsbook. That was awesome. Great job, guys. Anyways, I just decided to turn it off and go to bed at that point.
For the Rams, we're still chasing Seattle in the NFC West. What kind of shot do you give the Rams in the NFC West? You know, they're 8-6 now. They're a game behind the Seahawks. What kind of chance do you give this Rams team to be a playoff contender?
I think the Seahawks are better. I think that's just the way that things are. The Seahawks are a better team. However, the Rams' offense, when healthy, when having Kupp and Nakua, is unlike. They have the best 1-2 combo in all of football. And I think that it showed in their game against the Bills. But obviously, like you said, you need to have Kupp healthy, and that's kind of been the biggest issue. But Nakua, he played good last night.
You have to get the tandem going, though. Yeah. That's the thing. If both trains of Cooper and or Nakua and Kupp, if both trains leave the station, you're rolling. That's great. Mm-hmm. But if you can't get one of those trains going, it's hard. It's very difficult. And Puka had a good game last night, 107 yards off 7 receptions, something. Kupp had 0. Kupp had nothing. And I know all the fantasy owners right there are kicking themselves for starting Kupp. But for me, the Rams can be good if they get both of those guys going. So, and Kyron as well, a big contributor. But I see the Rams actually hanging around a little longer of that race.
Agreed.
Some crazy news Bill Belichick is returning to coaching, not in the NFL, at North Carolina. UNC, he's going to a college game, and these poor student athletes are going to have to deal with Bill Belichick. I can't even imagine.
Chapel Bill, baby.
Yeah,
Chapel
Sam,
Bill.
that's your coach most of your life.
Let's
I mean,
go.
what are you feeling about that? What do you think he brings to a UNC team?
My dad actually did a graduate program at UNC. So growing up, UNC was sort of my college of choice, I guess, like team to support. So for having the Patriots have Chapel Bill and have UNC have Chapel Bill, I think it's going to usher in a new wave of people that want to go to UNC, especially for football, because hey, I want to go to Chapel Bill and be under that professional coaching and the expertise of him. So I think just his big name is going to attract a lot of future stars.
Absolutely. I mean, we're looking at it now. He said that he wanted to bring a NFL-ready program. That was what he said that he wanted to do. And what he's going to be doing is said that he basically wants to build an NFL team in UNC to basically usher them
To pass
into
along to the Patriots.
Pass along to a lower tier team, which as of right now is the Patriots and my Jets. But it's, yeah, I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, he's building something there that you're not, probably like what Alabama did successfully. Do I think UNC is going to do that? No. But I think it is the best shot for them to actually be legitimate contenders.
Crazy. Insane. I didn't think he was going to return to coaching. I really didn't.
Especially not in college.
Especially not in college.
I'm telling you, these poor student athletes are going to have to deal with some crazy training camps with Bill Belichick.
Oh, dude, that's going to be crazy.
Poor kids. But as we head to the Pick 6 segment, going ahead of myself that time. We have, is Jamar Chase the best receiver in the NFL before the Pick 6 segment? So, Charles, I know we've already talked about this a little bit, but is Jamar the best receiver in the NFL?
I mean, as we look at LSU receivers, and it looks like whoever did the graphics, Evan Porterfield, added an L instead of a J. But, yes, I do believe that Jamar Chase is the best receiver. I think that what they have to work with, he has genuinely been the most impressive. And I think that Tyreek Hill was last year. I think it's always going to be a fluctuating conversation, but Jamar Chase has put himself in that situation.
Dude, homie said, and I quote, "I'm always open." He's shown it, dude. Jesus, 100 yards, 100 yards, 100 yards, 100. And like, these numbers are absurd. If you tell me that Jamar Chase is going to go over 200 yards, I would be like, dude, what are you on? There's no way. Homie pulled out 2 tutties. Like, he's at the top of his game right now, and he's going to have to be for the Cincinnati Bengals to survive.
Well, I mean, this guy, he started out slow this year, but he's now gotten to a rhythm. And him and Joe Burrow, to me, are the best quarterback-receiver duo in the NFL. Yeah. Unfortunately for the Bengals, their defense is not of capability to hold anybody in the NFL. They couldn't even hold Gardner Minshew, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Jamar Chase has, to me, solidified himself as one of the number 1 and number 2 receiver, him and Jettis, for the Vikings. You know, the 2 LSU guys, of course, as Charles is a big fan of LSU. But those 2 guys to me, are kind of the 1A, 1B in the NFL right now.
Yeah, I think that it is the LSU wide receiver duo is the best 2. I think you can really toss either one up, depending on what you think. I just think that Jamar is slightly better than Jets.
Cool. I was an abrupt ending that time. We'll head now into the Pick 6 segment. Sorry, I got ahead of myself last time. And Lamar Jackson, while he was on the screen.
It's in the ballpark.
Jamar, it's close enough. It's close enough. We'll head into first game, a crap bowl. The Jets and the Jags, both teams are already out of contention, so we'll pick it anyways. Sam, let's begin with you.
It's the battle of who gets the higher pick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Charles a Christmas present here. I'm gonna go the Jets here. I'm gonna get them, and they're gonna get a nice mid-round draft pick, and they're gonna do nothing with it.
I am more manifesting than picking. I want the Jags to win this one. Just lose out for the rest of the season. Let's get a good pick, and I don't know what we're gonna get with it, but let's get a pick.
They have Mac Jones. They do not, so I'm picking the Jets. The Jaguars just lost the Titans, bro. I don't trust this Jaguars team to win
I'm so happy that Mac Jones' curse has been gone.
Next game, a little bit better game. 2 possible playoff teams.
Ooh, yes.
The Tampa Bay Bucks and the Los Angeles Chargers. Charles, this time, what you
Very
got?
fun game. It's going to be a little bit of a shootout, but give me the Chargers here. I like the Chargers in this one. They've really surprised me this season after losing a lot of their team.
Give me J. Herb in the Bolts, man. Give me the Bolts.
This is going to be an iffy one, but we're going to have a clean sweep. It's a close one, this one, but I want to go with the Chargers as well. Now to the Battle of Pennsylvania. It's this once every 4 years. We got it this year. Steelers and
a good
Eagles.
Game, man.
Sam, who you got?
I got the Steelers here, man. That defense is punishing. And I think if they bottle up Barkley with A.J. Brown's production down, I think the Steelers got this.
I will also go with the Steelers. I think, like you said, their defense is just going to stop Saquon from doing anything that he wants to do. Charles, clean
We had
sweep or
one
no?
clean sweep before. It will not be one this time. I'm going with the Eagles taking this one. I think the Eagles are just they're going to come out with this one. I like Barkley playing well, even though they're going to be going against a good run defense.
A possible Super Bowl preview. Bills and Lions. This is your game of the week right here.
Parlay paradise, baby.
I'll pick first. I'm going to go with Buffalo. They just lost to the Rams. I get that, but their offense is like that. And the Lions' defense is injured right now, so I am taking Buffalo to bounce back and win this game.
I like that, but I don't like that. I'm going with the Lions here. I think that the Lions are going to come out on top of this one. I think they're one of the best team in the NFL, and I think that I just feel like the Bills' midseason woes that curse is going to get to them.
Hey, Jace, you know that old saying that people always say, defense wins championships? Who do the Lions have left? Like genuinely. I got the Bills here. I got the Bills by a mile. I think Josh Allen's going to run. I think they're going to play physical football. And what we saw from the Lions last week was just their form of putting pressure on the quarterback was sending the house. You can't do that against Josh Allen. You can do it against Jordan Love. Not about Josh Allen. He's like that.
NFC North we go. The Chicago Bears and the
Why do we
Minnesota
keep getting the
Vikings.
Bears, dude?
Sam, what do you got?
Sorry, Dylan. I have to go Vikings here. The Bears are just, I don't even know what they're doing. I'm done.
Skull, give me the Vikings.
Skull 3 times over. Give me the Minnesota Vikings as well. Last game of the Pick Six, the Falcons and the Raiders. Charles?
Falcons.
Sam?
I have the Raiders here. And I'll tell you why. The inconsistency of Falcons quarterback, Kirk Cousins, worries me. And Aiden O'Connell has been steady. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't think the Raiders are going to win this game. Give me the Atlanta Falcons. Give me the Falcons to win this ball game.
So when Charles picks an outrageous pick, we're all just quiet. But when I pick an outrageous pick, you guys are like, whoa.
Because you're never right.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
We'll head into
review the tapes.
We'll head into the rookie report.
I think this is a good way to kind of announce the fact that we're going to be switching over to hockey coming into season 2. We're going to be getting rid of soccer and we're going to be going to hockey. And the first rookie that I will be picking will be Macklin Celebrini of the San Jose Sharks. He has had a very solid season despite missing the first around week and a half, 2 weeks of the season due to injury. He has 16 points, 8 goals. He's been catching up to the other rookies in this class, as well as he has had the 3rd most time on ice. For a Sharks team that has been struggling these past few years, he has been a really rare bright spot for San Jose.
And historically, San Jose, not a good team at all.
No.
But this is, like you said, the bright spot that this team has needed, a revolutionary kind of athlete to get them back where they should be.
Yeah.
So
I definitely think that Macklin will be that player for them. And the Sharks, like I said, they've been struggling, but looking a little bit better. Not much better, but a little bit better than they were last year.
He's like that.
Move the slides. Let's go to the next rookie. This one will be mine. Bucky Irving. I'm surprised no one's done him this year.
Actually, yeah.
I'm surprised no one had done him. I texted, our graphics guy, Evan. I'm like, has anyone done Bucky Irving? He said no. I'm like, let's go. Bucky Irving has been very good this year, quietly, behind Rashad White to begin the season. He's now kind of taken that running back 1 role as the season has progressed. He is a little bit injured right now, but that game against Carolina is what made his name. 25 carries, 152 yards, and a touchdown against Carolina where he just burst out onto the scene. He is injured right now, but this guy, very good. Almost 750 rushing yards this season, 6 touchdowns. This guy is an athlete, and this guy's going to be a very good back for years to come.
I see Tampa Bay moving on from Rashad White very quickly.
Agreed.
Sam, who's your rookie? Oh. Jeez.
As many of you guys know, my rookie is myself because moving on in the world, I'm graduating actually tomorrow, guys. So we're accepted a job, so we're happy about that, especially for me and my family. But definitely for my future endeavors in the professional world, I'll always be the show, and I'll always watch you guys and that fun stuff. But I'll get my minute later to say goodbye, my goodbyes. But everybody can just admire a handsome, smiling man right there for a hot second. Thanks, guys.
To end off the segment, it's Christmas time. Santa Claus is here, guys.
Santa's sack,
He's got
baby.
a bag of gifts and our wish list.
We're going to be talking about kind of what we want coming in this year. None of us are happy in our sports, so I think this is the best time of year to hopefully wish for some things. Samuel Gailey.
All right, I'll go first. Hold on, I got to dig in here. Okay. Wait, I can't find it. Hold on.
You got to reach up in there.
Oh, we got papers.
Hey,
up
wait,
here.
You got some papers.
All right, for the first one, I have Travis Hunter to New England.
No.
It's a great idea. I need that. Okay, cool. Glad you guys agree. Nice job.
Nope.
Okay. I have Bayern to win the UCL.
That's not happening either.
Yes, it's going to happen. Well, who's going to beat the Man
Here,
City?
let me see that so I can get a better
Yeah.
camera angle. Okay,
All right,
here we go.
Ha ha.
We're not gonna do that. We're not.
Santa saw that, bro. Come
We're
on.
not gonna do
He
he's
is
looking at you
Santa.
I am
He
Santa.
is Santa.
All
Why
right,
do you
Chase, you
forget?
take this.
All right. I brought some props along with me. Let me go find them. What am I gonna grab first? This. Manchester City needs to figure it out. Instead of passing the ball forward, they like to pass the ball that way, the wrong way.
Which way?
So how about,
that way.
So how about Man City goes forward and scores some freaking goals and actually beats a decent opponent? Because right now they can't even beat Palace. It is hysterical.
Oh my god.
For my next one,
That's awesome.
the Indiana Pacers need to figure it out. Tyrese Halliburton needs to realize who he is and that he
sensing
is
a
the
theme.
point guard of the Indiana Pacers. I hate my life. And my last one is a small one.
Colts.
See
Is
if I
it a
can
Colts
find
one?
it.
Is it a Colts
See if
one?
I can find it here.
Hey,
A little trophy.
oh, okay.
I want one of my teams to win something. The Yankees can't do it. Pacers can't do it. The Colts can't do it. Someone needs to do it.
Man
someone
City can't do it.
Someone win something to make my life happy.
For my Christmas wish list, first off, we got the man, the myth, the legend, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Please re-sign with us. If the front office does not re-sign him, I will riot. No. Next, we'll be going with an umbrella. See, I heard that it was actually bad luck to open up an umbrella inside, but the Jets have had that bad luck for about 14 years. So I think the only way to reverse the curse is by opening one inside. So
When it rains, it pours, baby.
We'll be reversing the curse or be adding 10 more years. Up next, we have a
Feel bad
media
for the
and
kids,
culture
man.
book. This is where I actually met half of these guys, but this is also something I need Celtics fans to read because a lot of them are racist. They need to learn about media and culture. It's kind of embarrassing, but the best thing, and something, this is more of a sponsorship request, Kleenex. We need this because as all of us, as sports fans, none of us are happy, and I swear we go through a box of this a day. So we need a Kleenex sponsorship because it's been a rough year for all of us.
Patriots.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, take
But
it.
so Christmas cannot come earlier, and neither can the next football season when hopefully our teams can win a football game.
Yeah, hopefully.
All of our teams suck, except for Boston. I hate you.
Boston's
No. We'll talk some NBA now. The NBA Cup is heading to Vegas. We have reached the final four teams. Charles, a little comfort animal or something going on there. You took my reindeer antlers. Everyone's taking my antlers today for some reason. But looking over to the two Western teams in the NBA Cup semifinals, we have the Thunder and the Rockets. Charles, thoughts on this matchup?
I mean, yeah, Thunder Rockets, that's always going to be a pretty good match. The Rockets have looked a lot better in this tournament than I thought they would. I think that the Rockets, they weren't expected to beat the Warriors, and they came out and they won a very close game and some questionable shots by Curry there in the end. And the Rockets, they look good. And the Thunder, they're the best team in the West, in my opinion, when healthy, and they're not even healthy, and they're still playing fantastic.
But how about the end of that Rockets and Warriors game? Obviously very controversial. What are your thoughts on that one?
I think that the Rockets deserve that one. I think that there's always going to be some controversy at the end of any close game, especially when the Warriors are involved. I swear that it's always something with them. But I feel like the Rockets deserve that one, and it definitely was. For me, it was a good win for them.
And I think overall the Rockets have looked a lot better this season, not just in the Cup, but in the other regular season games as well than people had expected. The Rockets look like a really good team and possibly a contender to make some noise come playoff time.
The Rockets look like what I thought the Rockets would look like last year.
Yeah.
I said last year, whenever we had it was one of our first ever segments. It was our dark horse teams, and my two were the Mavs and the Rockets. I was right about the Mavs. Mavs made the finals last year, and now the Rockets, I said that they would do good. They didn't, but they were pretty good this year, so I guess I was just a year late. The Rockets look a lot better for sure.
And then for the Thunder, obviously last year's number one seed in the West, and once again they're looking to take that crown again. They look like the team that we thought they would be, and they're improving. They're becoming, older. Like Shea and all those young players are becoming more like veterans now for the Thunder squad, and they look like a team that could maybe win an NBA championship.
Yeah, the Thunder are fantastic. NBA championship, not yet. I don't think that they're there. They're too young. They're what we talked about the Cavs whenever we had our separate conversations. Mm-hmm. The Cavs, they're another one of those teams that are just young. I think that the Thunder are literally that. They're young. They're not there yet, but the more experience they get, the more dangerous they're going to get. They still have a buttload of first-round picks I think they should use to get an older star, a more veteran. And they could truly make a deep push for years to come. And actually, somehow, even despite being the first seed, are in contention of currently the capture the flag game right now for Cooper Flag.
That's insane. The work that the Thunder have done in the front office to get all those draft picks and be a perennial contender is insane. Like, this is the epitome of what you want your franchise to look like.
Yeah.
The Oklahoma City Thunder have done exactly what you should do as a front office. Gathered picks, became good all at the same time. Insane. Who you got going to the NBA Cup Finals?
OKC. I think
Thunder?
OKC's better. They're a little bit more healthy now. Hartenstein's back. OKC's going to be.
I'm also going to go with Oklahoma City. I think they're going to win this NBA Cup. This young team is going to get their first accolade of their tenure. But as we head into the two Eastern Conference teams, surprise here, Trae Young, he owns the Knicks, but then the Bucks have started to catch some fire. Doc Rivers, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Middleton's coming back. The Bucks look decent now.
Doc Rivers still sucks. I stand by it. He's still a bad coach. But besides the point, the Hawks are in it. The Hawks, they look great. The Bucks look great. The Hawks have really, they shocked the Celtics. I mean, it really should have been us in this situation, but it's okay. And and so the Hawks, obviously, they went to New York and they had a great game because that's what the Hawks do in New York. Trae Young is the king of New York.
I'm going to talk about that. Trae Young is the owner of Madison Square Garden, and there's no other way around it. You look back to that playoff series a few years ago and what he said and what he did in New York, and now this time going back to New York and winning an NBA Cup quarterfinal game. Trae Young has something against the Knicks.
I have something against the Knicks.
I think
everyone has something against the Knicks. The Knicks are the Knicks, and no one likes the Knicks except for people from New York or Villanova fans. So I definitely think that Trae Young, and unfortunately that is the highlight of his career, is being the father of the Knicks. That's just about it. So I really want to see this Hawks team actually do more, because I do think that this is their peak, is the NBA Cup. And it is a little bit disappointing because I thought that they'd be a lot better this year, especially in a struggling Eastern Conference.
But this is what the NBA Cup was made for. I feel like it's made for teams that, aren't usually the main contenders in the NBA, for the NBA Finals, but for other teams to have a chance to win something of substance. That's what the Hawks have a chance to do here, is to try to win the NBA Cup and just at least have something to show for Trae Young.
Yeah, and as we look at the Bucks, I mean, I will sit here and eat half of my words. The Bucks, I said, would be absolutely awful, and they're in the Eastern Conference, so they're not absolutely awful. I stand by what I said about Darvin Hands in my pockets ham. He's still an awful assistant coach. Doc Rivers is still not a good coach, and Giannis, in my opinion, still needs to leave Milwaukee sooner rather than later.
I agree.
However, they are better than I thought they'd be. I apologize, Milwaukee. For the 72 fans out there, I am really sorry. But I do have the Bucks taking this one. I think that the Bucks will go and then lose to whoever's in the West. I
got the Hawks beating the Bucks in this one. I'll disagree with you for the first time. I think this is kind of a miraculous run for the Hawks. I think they make the NBA Cup final. I think they lose to Oklahoma City in the NBA Cup championship in Vegas. But as we end the segment off, what's your opinion on the NBA Cup? Second year now.
I love it.
You love it?
I love it. Anyone that's complaining about it is basic and feeble and doesn't watch the actual NBA because the NBA, as someone that watches the NBA consistently, it's boring. I mean, it's just the way it is. Once it gets to the 20th, 30th game, it's boring. The NBA Cup brings a little bit of spice back to it before the playoffs. I think it is a much-needed add. Adam Silver, you're the GOAT. I think it was great.
We got some baseball, some JUAN SOTO talk up next on Grand Slam Sports. Turning the talk to the MLB offseason. Charles, I think I need that from you, that little animal.
Comfort Squirtle.
I miss you. JUAN SOTO has gone cross town and gone to the Mets.
It's okay.
This is this fault. No, I don't want it.
Okay.
Mets.
The Mets. Yes, the Mets spent a lot of money on JUAN SOTO, one of the biggest contracts of all time, and I think it is the biggest contract of all time, if I remember correctly. Very deserved, one of the youngest and best talents in the MLB, and I think it hurts for you. It's great for me. He's out of the AL, especially out of our division, the AL East. I think the Yankees will be just fine, and I think I'm very excited to see where that goes next. Jace, what are you thinking?
Hold on, there's something flying at me. That's karma. He flung himself at me, man. But no, the Yankees, obviously it's a huge loss. JUAN SOTO was one of the reasons that we made the World Series for the first time in 15 years. And so to lose him when we put in one of the best offers, if not the best offer, and he doesn't return. That's just, I thought for sure if the Yankees even matched the offer the Mets had, he would return to the Yankees. But I guess he wanted to be a Met more than a Yankee, and fair play to him. At least he is in the NL away from the Yankees, but he is unfortunately in the same town. So it's not going to be a very pleasant experience when he returns to Yankee Stadium next year.
New York is Mets country now.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It's becoming
Do they have 20-something World Series? No.
It's becoming Mets country now.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Just because they have an owner that wants to spend $1 billion on every player is not my fault.
And 2 minor league teams. I can't forget that.
See, he had to, the pettiness you have to do that just to take a player from your crosstown rival is insane.
Or, he got one of the most talented players in the MLB, but, that's the case for another day.
No, I think it's pettiness. I think it's straight pettiness. I really do. I have belief in that.
Co-parter.
But we look into a former player of one of your former favorite teams, the Chicago White Sox. Garrett Crochet heads to the Boston Red Sox. Charles, off this one?
Great. Fantastic move from the Red Sox. Shades of the Chris Sale trade. I have my comfort Squirtle back. And because, Garrett Crochet, he was one of the heroes of Southside Chicago. He was fantastic for the past 2 years. And he was a reliever 2 years ago. And now had that Luis Heel movement where he became a starter. But he was actually Cy Young contention for the White Sox of all teams, the worst team in history. So, he's going to do great in Boston. And he is going to be their new ace for a team that is trying to make moves and trying to be legit. This is a fantastic move. I love it, and I'm really happy to see the Red Sox. I'm a Jays fan, so obviously I'm not excited to see the Red Sox making moves, but I'm happy for them.
The Red Sox have kind of been in that area where they needed to just decide whether they want to be buyers or sellers. And at this point, it looks like they're going to go in. They were very in on Juan Soto. Obviously, that fell through, went to the Mets. But now to get a pitcher of Crochet's liking, that's a building block for this Red Sox team. And the AL East just looks crazy right now, by the way.
Except for the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays made some moves. We'll be okay.
We'll get to that. But Crochet, a big, one of the best lefties in the MLB. The Red Sox needed a guy like him to help out their rotation. So this is a huge move from one Sox to another Sox. Kind of funny. He goes
just
from
like Chris
white
said.
to red.
And on today's episode of I Told You So, just a year late, I said that the Red Sox would be in the market for a left-hand pitcher. I said that would be one of the biggest things that they needed to do last offseason. They didn't do it. They sucked. Now they did it. They'll be a little bit better this year. And once again, I'm right because I'm that guy.
Shall we stay in the AL East, Charles?
I guess we'll stay in the AL East because the
Blue
only one's
Jays?
making moves. Woo! Oh, Canada.
Who you get?
We get Andres Gimenez, a pretty good move. Andres Gimenez, a platinum glover, multi-time gold glover, one of the best defensive second basemen in the league, and finally a second baseman not by the name of Kevin Biggio or Santiago Espinal. I was getting sick of him. Love Kevin Biggio, but it's really nice to actually have a perennial all-star and a platinum glover. Losing Spencer Horwitz does suck, though. Spencer Horwitz was one of the bright spots at DH. He was one of the home run leaders as a rookie. Spencer Horwitz moved towns 3 times in one night as he was traded to the Guardians, and then directly after was traded to the Pirates. So I like the Gimenez move, and as well as the Blue Jays picking up Yimi Garcia again. They traded away Yimi Garcia for some pieces, kept the pieces, they got him back. So, overall, free real estate, and I'm happy to see Yimi Garcia back because he had a fantastic year for the Mariners and the Blue Jays last year.
I'm a little bit surprised that the Guardians traded Gimenez. As good as he's been, the perennial all-star, like you said, one of the best defenders in baseball. I'm kind of surprised that they traded him when they are a contender themselves, when they have a roster to possibly make a World Series. To trade him to the Blue Jays and an AL team, I'm not even sure about this.
If we talk about it, and this is right here for me, is that Moneyball. We're about to talk about the Athletics a little bit, but we're also going to, talk about it. They just drafted Manzana. One of the best infielder in the draft class, one of the best infielders. He is the Paul Skeens of infielders in this draft class. And I feel like they are going to be making that move lickety-split, trying to get him up there. And getting rid of Andres Gimenez is the first way to do that. Have him come up midway through the season, and instantly like that, you already have your second baseman for years to come. Gimenez's production was down. His hitting was down. He's going to be a great defender, but his hitting is just it was a problem for a Guardians team that already was struggling there.
Before we go to the Athletics, though, a trade happened while we were on set, preparing for this segment. The Yankees have traded for closer Devin Williams from the Milwaukee Brewers in exchange for Nestor Cortez heading to Milwaukee. Charles, quick thoughts on that trade?
The Blue Jays were linked to Devin Williams, and I really wanted him. He would have been our closer. It would have been great. It would be great having a real closer. I miss you, Jordan Romano. Please come back. But I think it was a great move for the Yankees, and I'm mad. So that's
Well, I'm happy. At least we are doing something. I mean, ever since, we lost Juan Soto, we got right back on it. And we got Max Fried, obviously. We can talk about that today. And we now have a closer in Devin Williams. This has got to be some form of abuse, man. Devin Williams, now a Yankee as well, a closer that we needed. Because, I mean, all we had last year, was Clay, Holmes. And then in the postseason, we brought in Weaver. And that wasn't really working all too well. So to get a closer of Williams' stature, huge for the Yankees.
Yeah, massive move.
The Athletics, we're talking about them now, like we said. Are they becoming buyers?
Yeah, I think that the Athletics have really been interesting to me because they just made the biggest contract in their history, signing Luis Severino to $60 million.
A former Yankee, I don't know about that.
Very solid starting pitcher. He's going to be their ace, and I do like Severino for a team that has nothing. But I think that this does cement their legacy of being buyers. They're moving to Sacramento until 2028, and in 2028 they will be going to Vegas in what is the most beautiful stadium I have ever seen in my entire life. And I think that with that Vegas crowd, that Vegas money, they're going to start spending. Already spending $60 million, which the fact that is their most ever is crazy to me. They're about to spend a lot of money. They're going to make themselves a big market because Vegas will always be a big market, and they don't have that Raiders curse in Vegas where the Raiders, they just perpetually are bad. This team has been good multiple times and has some of the most championships of all time with 8. So I mean, the Athletics have history. They're going to do something now with it, and they're going to spend money now that they're in that.
So you think
market.
that they're getting some better players now because they're going to Vegas in a few years?
I think
because they're in Sacramento right now.
Yeah, right now they're in a AAA stadium in Sacramento.
I wouldn't want to play there.
No one wants to play there now, but if you know that you're going to that Vegas stadium, I don't know if you've seen the render.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Oh my God, I want to go there so bad just to see it. And I mean, being a player in Las Vegas, everyone wants to live in Las Vegas normally, most people. So I mean, it's a great opportunity for them to really build something compared to Oakland in a 150-year-old stadium that was just losing its fan base, and the ownership is pretty bad.
As we close out our last baseball segment of this season of Grand Slam Sports, what is some things that you want your team to do in the offseason?
Teoscar Hernandez, please. I miss him in Toronto. We've already started the reunion trend, and I think it would be really nice to have Teoscar. Anthony Santander is another person. I know that the Yankees have also been linked to him because the Yankees just love doing whatever the Blue Jays do. So I really want to see them. I really want to kind of see how that goes for them. I think as well bringing in some pitchers. I know I'm not going to sit here and be like, ooh, Corbin Burns because he's, a top guy. So someone like a Sean Manaea, someone in the Mets, a lefty that can play really solid, I would love to get. I just think that the team, it's a very good team, but I think all of that is minute. If we do not sign Vladimir Guerrero Jr., if Vladimir Guerrero Jr. does not get an extension, the streets of Toronto, Vancouver, Ontario, Calgary, et cetera, will riot.
Oh.
Welcome back to Grand Slam Sports. We got some soccer coming at you right now for you guys. My first topic of the day is the future of Alphonso Davies. Been linked to numerous clubs: Manchester United, Real Madrid, Manchester City, all the blah, 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 yada, yada, yadas. Jace, what team do you think he could benefit most from? And and you're illegal to say Man City. Illegal. Absolutely illegal.
It is?
No, you can say it.
Okay. Man City. But the team's a catastrophe right now, City is. I don't know what's wrong. Guardiola's tactics not working. The wing-back's not working. Kyle Walker is not playing well. He would be perfect to fill in that spot.
That is an attacking wing-back. That's exactly what you guys need.
Exactly what we need. But I could see him going to like Man United. I could see him going somewhere else. I just don't know if where he's at right now is working for him as much. I don't think it's benefiting him as much as it can.
What's hard for me right now is that he's going to be due for a payday. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately for Bayern, you just paid Elise, you just paid Harry Kane. You have a lot of people to check off your guest book, per se, right? He's going to want a sizable salary. He's coming to the end of what is to be his contract years with Bayern. So now Bayern's faced with the decision, sell him for money so we get it back, or you let him walk. And I think that's sort of the difficult decision most teams are in right now, including this next man right here, the Egyptian king, actually written down at most ballot boxes for the king of Egypt, actually, or the president of Egypt. He got about 2,000 write-in votes from people, which I thought was absolutely hilarious.
Deserved.
But his future is in question, obviously. Liverpool's looking good.
Dude, Liverpool's looking
so good. Is his age going to catch up with him, you're saying?
I mean, we've been saying that for, 3-4 years? He's going to, at some point, leave Liverpool. It's bound to happen at some point. I think he still has at least one more year with the Reds in Liverpool. I mean, they're playing well. they look good under their new manager, and they are top of the Champions League, top of the Premier League. So
Who
I
would've
wouldn't,
thought that, man?
I wouldn't see why he would stay for at least one more year while the team's succeeding to try to add to his accolades he's already had with Liverpool.
I think, honestly, if they win the UCL this year, I think he's going to go.
I could see it.
I think he wants to stay in, right, for another either Champions League trophy or a top-of-the-table trophy. And the things that I see most of him is that most people start to decline, and a bunch of players sometimes fluctuate. Right now, he's fluctuating up, right? We saw Ronaldo fluctuate up when he went to Juventus. He still stayed informed. Messi was still he was still active, but he's still in the Premier League. He's still doing all of these things that the new manager really wants him to do. I really like his effort. He's there. He's focused. He's team-oriented. Wherever he goes or he stays, he's going to do well.
Yeah.
Moving on to our next topic of the day. We have this man. I just wanted Jace to just take a look at this man making that face. We have two teams going to be knocked out. One of the two, PSG, Champions League. Which one is going to fall first? Do you think your Manchester City is going to get it together, or is it going to be PSG who falls first?
This is a crazy time. We have the scenario of one of Man City or PSG being knocked out of the new format of the Champions League. This new format, I liked it at first. Now that my team's struggling, I don't like it anymore. I don't like it anymore. We're 3 spots from being eliminated from the Champions League, and there's 2 games left in the UCL. We have PSG and one easier team, but
winning in, baby, winning in.
You beat PSG, and you have at least guaranteed your spot in that first round, knockout round against somebody decent, of course. Do I think they're going to win? Probably not. With the way they look right now, I don't see it happening.
But I think that match is just going to be a struggle bus match. Literally.
It's going to be no-no.
And it's just so frustrating because you see how much talent Manchester City has, and you've seen their success. Haaland has not looked like a shell of himself. You're talking about earlier about how the wing backs are struggling.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think his tactics for Guardiola have kind of gone a little bit too far. Everyone looks kind of.
Do you think Guardiola's tactics revolve around Rodri?
Yes, I do. I think our entire team is revolved around that center defensive mid, and Rodri being the best in the world, and obviously the Ballon d'Or winner, losing him broke the whole team apart. And I mean, with the other injuries that are adding on top of that, with Haaland looking robotic, the whole team just passing backwards, not going forwards, not attacking, not being aggressive like they used to be, the teams are struggling.
Very interesting to watch, especially as we head into the Champions League, which will appear on screen now. Oh, awesome. I did the first 20 teams, unfortunately.
I can't believe this one, by the way.
Unfortunately, wait, where's Man City? Hey, Charles, can you see Man City? Oh, I can't see Man City. Anyways, we're going to move on. We have the shocker up here. We have Brest and Lille at 7 and 8.
Villa?
And Villa up here at 5. Are you kidding me, Jace?
I mean, it's impressive. This new format has really changed how things work because you have, 8 different opponents. It's unique in the way it works, and it's benefited certain teams and hurt certain teams, and Brest has been one of those benefiters. I mean, you see that their matchups have been a little bit easier, and they're getting the wins that they deserve. And they've looked really good this year. You have to give it to them. But as you look, of course, Liverpool top of the table, that they have just been so good.
Liverpool, Barcelona, Arsenal, Bayer Leverkusen, Aston Villa, Charles, Inter Milan, they look good. Thuram looks good up there as well. Dortmund and Bayern holding hands at 9 and 10.
As they always do.
Atletico Madrid. And then Real Madrid at 20 as well.
So
all the big teams are struggling in this new format.
The new format is just different. Teams it's going to take a few years to get used to how this new format is working. And it's showing that certain teams are struggling more than they used to do because, City used to get all the easy draws. Now they're forced to play like the Juventus, the PSGs, in the first part of the UCL.
Definitely hard, especially going into the winter in January. Switching gears, I want to say a few words because obviously we'll keep that up there, obviously, because I win trophies, right? This is my last show with Grand Slam Sports. I really don't know what to say. I thought I had some in mind right when I came up here to talk in front of Charles and then everyone else in our production crew. Definitely, there's 3 of us here when we started, and we started by begging TV managers to let us in the studio and sort of record at any time possible. We started from that, and we worked our way up. We added Evan Porterfield, we added Dylan, and we added other people as well. I mean, I think that, especially for our team to keep growing, it'll have to unfortunately grow without me, and I'm excited to see what these guys do here. So definitely something I'm going to look forward to in the future. And I mean, if Charles can stand up here, I want to shake both your hands, especially because it's not really a passing of the torch. It's sort of a see you later and see how you guys do in the future. But I'm excited to be a part of this crew, and I will forever be a Grand Slam cast member. So definitely going to miss you guys. Definitely going to miss you, Indy. So thanks, guys, for all the memories.
We appreciate all that you did for us, and we have a little video that we want to play for you, Sam.
Oh, no.
Welcome into the latest edition of Grand Slam Sports. I am Samuel Gale. I mean, I'm going to leave the portion for the baseball because obviously I know you hit the ball and you run around the bases, but that's about it. But I'm here for the NFL and the soccer, so let's dive right into the NFL.
Yeah. Pat, Patriots.
No way.
See this?
And hey, can I see that real quick?
No, don't.
Oh, there it goes. Let's go Cowboys.
I don't know how I feel about that. I just personally attacked. Chiefs, Jets.
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Sorry.
But James Cook has been doing fine. I mean, he's getting up there in age, and it's been proven in the NFL. The older the running back, the more injury prone and the more things and people not wanting to commit a lot of money to this running back or to the running backs in general when they get older in age.
We have now officially won the award. So we are the ISBC Content Creators of the Year for 2023. So we are very, very happy We are very, very happy to be able to take that honor. It means a lot to us because we just started the show a few months ago, just a few friends looking to bring something that we enjoyed and let you guys also enjoy it as well. So for us to be sitting here today.
My winner is the Steelers.
No.
Yes, I will explain. I will explain to you. We talked about it earlier. I'll make my thing brief. I'll make it very brief for you guys.
Please do.
Please say hi to
Charles
Preston.
Charles is very interesting. And Charles earlier liked my take, so I don't really want to hear it from you.
No, it's just the quarterbacks, though. Other than that, what are they?
Yes. What are you talking about? You got two franchise quarterbacks.
Who are they throwing it to?
No. One, Russell Wilson, on a one-year deal for like 1.6 million.
I think we're a little bit far off our draft boards. It's like a Madden auto
The
draft
first six
here.
were like perfectly correct, and then Latham.
Okay, we are not trying to say that
Yeah,
this
no,
man
Latham
does
is
not
great.
deserve this. Hey, all these players that go in the first round, I couldn't do it, Caden couldn't do it, Jace couldn't do it, Charles couldn't do it.
Speak for yourself.
This guy, well, we're gonna put
Who's saying I
Caden in the
couldn't do
slot.
that? Yeah,
We're gonna put Caden in the slot and see what happens here.
I got the Jets.
Sam?
Well, I got Charles crying because I took the Steelers here. I took Russell Wilson. Why? Just because I don't like the Jets. I honestly think that you will be pleasantly surprised by the Steelers defense here.
So do the Broncos.
Give me the Jets.
What do you think your team needs to aim for this upcoming draft?
Travis Hunter. If we do not get Travis Hunter, I am going to the top of this building and jumping off. You're telling me that a top-tier talent that we have not seen since Deion Sanders, who can double as a wide receiver and a DB, and play at a competent level. If we don't take him with the 6th pick right now, we're
Is he gonna fall to you?
Yes, he is. Heck yeah, he's gonna flop because you can't afford to not take quarterback in the first 3 picks. I mean, if you're
Are there enough
struggling
quarterbacks in this draft class?
Oh man, so many memories, guys. Wow, I really appreciate you guys for putting that together. Like I said, I always have Grand Slam in mind. If you guys want to have me back for DraftCast, any of that stuff, I'm more than welcome to come back. But to you viewers at home, you guys are going to keep getting a quality content program. Hopefully you guys win some more awards and make sort of this legacy, I guess, sports show into something great. So thanks, guys.
Sam, appreciate you.
Peace out, you, Indy.